backyard gardeners, how you doing today? Today I'm planting my last tomato. Finally, it's the last week of April. Finally getting the last one in. You know, it's tough with work. I'm not able to dedicate all the time I'd like to this, but you know, gardening is my passion, so you gotta do what you can, right? I'm wearing my Dodger gear today. Dodgers are doing well this season. It's end of April 2021, and we're gonna plant the EarthBox. You'll notice that it has these little holes in it, aeration holes. The water goes in on that little tube there, and this gets soil. That little square gets soil, and then we pile the soil up. And then when I see in the tube, I see there's no water, I just water it again. So everything is water from below, and if it rains or I water too much, it will overflow from this spot right here. So I'm super excited to get the last one in the ground. So I've already pre-mixed the soil, and if you had watched the unboxing video, you'll have seen all of the fertilizer and dolomite and everything that came with this. It's all nice and wet, so it's sticky and wet, and we're just gonna shovel it in here and pile it up. Let's get started. All right, so I've got it all filled with dirt. You'll see here's another one that I completed earlier in the week. And this here is Audrey's Love. It's another dwarf tomato, just like that one is. And I got the soil piled up here. You'll see on this one here, there's a mulch cover. They send that with the EarthBox kit. And it gets super hot here in the summer. And these take about 80 to 90, 95 days. So it'll be pretty hot once they get all nice and ripe and ready to pick. And so this keeps the moisture in and kind of keeps the buggies and the worms out. Not the good worms, the bad worms. This is our tube for watering. We just take a peek down there, see if it needs any water. So this is Audrey's dwarf. And as you can see, I waited a little bit too long to plant it. It's got lots of roots here. And so I just need to give it some love and care and get those roots kind of moving around. And then I also need to trim off some of these leaves, some of these stems, because if you'll remember from my other videos, you don't want anything hanging on the ground or the soil itself, because that's how the critters crawl up to the leaves. And then this is the first year I've done dwarf tomatoes. And Scott from Tomato Mania, he told me that you don't need to plant these deep. So all my other regular tomatoes, I plant those deep. I'll plant them like all the way up to here so that they get nice strong root beds and really strong stems. But he said you don't need to do that with dwarves. I don't really know why. Probably because they're already super short. They are dwarves after all, right? So let's see, we got it loosened up a little bit, and we'll just stick them in. He's about even. How do you know? How do I know it's a he? I could just tell. Well, it's Audrey's Love, right? So it's got to be a he, right? So we'll put it in here, and like I've mentioned in other videos, pack it tight. Right? They like to be packed in tight. We don't want any air spaces in there. And then of course, be careful not to break the stem, so don't push too close to your root ball. And then there we go. Oh, see, this leaf over here is dragging on the ground, so we'll just nip that one off as well. Use nice sharp little nippers so that the plant doesn't get too shocky when you're trimming things off. And there we go, all done. So this is Audrey's Love, dwarf. It'll be about 2 to 3 feet tall, and it's a plum-shaped fruit, a plum-shaped fruit. Say that 3 times fast. And it's going to be a paste tomato. So I'm looking forward to it. Talk to you guys later.